Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars, and thank you for watching. This is going to be another video where you do not see my face, because I prefer to show you the article that I am taking a look at, the picture that I am taking a look at as well. Sometimes I show my face, sometimes I don't. It depends all on the video and what I'm doing. This week is going to be a week probably where you don't see my face. So this is possibly the third video of this week if I get around to uploading the other crazy video, which, if you're watching this one beforehand, a guy made a guitar out of his uncle's skeleton. That's right, his dead uncle's skeleton made a guitar. So that's going to be an interesting video in and of itself, depending on the upload order of these videos. But Custom Agents finally did something useful in the guitar world. So Custom Agents sees $158,000 worth of counterfeit guitars, including fake Gibsons, Fenders, Martins, at Washington, D.C. airport. The 36 fake axis includes a Jimmy Page double neck, which I don't really see in this picture, but maybe it's in there. Oh, there it is right there. So Jimmy Page double neck, Ace Frehley Les Paul, and a signed / electric. So these are all Chibson guitars. If you were familiar with them, I've made a few videos of this before. And a Chibson is a counterfeit Gibson that is made to look like a Gibson, doesn't feel like a Gibson, doesn't sound like a Gibson, just looks like a Gibson, and you can buy them from China, from one of the AliExpress websites for a couple $100. Now, I personally do not have a problem with these guitars. I understand the trademark thing, so if you want to, make it exactly the same exact shape and size, but you want to maybe include the logo as a sticker, because I think most of the logos are decals anyway. They're not actual inlays. The bulk of them are probably stickers, because these things are, they're worse than Ebophones, because there's zero quality control, and they're just spitting them out as fast as they can, trying to make a few $100 on these things. And then the major issue is it's not buying them directly from China, because they charge a fair price, in my opinion, for these things. It's anywhere between like I think I've seen the double necks go for like max $500, and for that price, for where you're buying it from, I have no problem. As I said, I would prefer it to be unbranded. But the issue is when it gets to the States. I actually saw a fake guitar on my Facebook Marketplace today. People try to sell them as the real thing and get a lot of money for them. And then obviously the person's getting ripped off, and it's a lot of the signature editions too, because they only make a limited number of them, and you can't get them anymore. So, for example, right here, I have felt and touched a fake Slash guitar. I have felt and touched an AliExpress Slash guitar, and it sounded decent. It played decent. I knew it was fake. But it was definitely lesser quality than an Epiphone Les Paul. Definitely wasn't as good quality control. Had a really, really bad fret sprout on that particular guitar. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get a good one. Sometimes you get a really bad one. I think there's a Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, there's a Hendrix guitar right there too. Monetary Strat back there as well. But the issue isn't buying them from China. It's trying to pass them off as the real thing when they are not. You literally go to jail for that thing. It's counterfeiting. Don't do it. So let's go ahead and read this article here. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers at Washington Dulles International Airport in Washington, D.C. recently seized 36 guitars from China. Guitars which include 27 Gibsons, quote-unquote, 6 Fenders, 2 Martin Acoustics, 1 PRS. They do fake PRSs. You don't see it as often, but that is a thing. That and Rickenbackers, too. And when you think fake guitar, you mainly think fake Gibson, fake Fender, but they'll fake anything. According to U.S. Customs Border, their combined retail, if authentic, so if they were trying to pass these as authentic guitars, would be $158,000, and I definitely agree with that price if they were authentic. Retail price for these, I think they give us a number later on in the article. We'll take a look here. So upon their arrival, however, officers suspected the guitars, which included a Jimmy Page double neck guitar and model autographed by Slash, were counterfeit and detained all the instruments. The report also cites the most expensive of the bunch to be an Ace Frehley Les Paul, if real, would retail for $9 grand. So I think this entire lot would retail for like $9 grand, because you figure $200-300 a piece. There's 36 guitars. Let's do some math. 2 times 36. Okay, no, I lied. So that's, if they were $200 a piece, it would retail for $7,200, but some of them are going to be more expensive than that. So yeah, we'll say probably actual price $9,000 altogether there. The guitars, according to CBD.gov, were heading to addresses in 21 different states as well as Australia. Customs and Border Protection's import specialists work with the manufacturers and trademark holders and confirm the guitars to be counterfeit. Seizure was completed by January 20th. Said Keith Fleming, CBS acting director in field operations in Baltimore. Transactional criminal organizations will counterfeit anything that generates revenue. So, and unsuspicious vendors line their pockets by preying on unsuspecting customers. So this is like a lot of these people go after rich people, because a lot of rich people, they want collectors guitars. They don't actually play guitar, but they want the Slash guitar to hang on their wall. They want the Jimmy Page guitar to hang on their wall, and they'll pay tens of thousands of dollars for these authentic quote unquote signature Gibsons, or Fenders or Martins or PRSs or whatever else, and they're not. They're just blatantly ripping these people off, and it's not cool. You ought to be buying the real thing. So protecting intellectual property rights as a Custom and Border Protection trade enforcement priority to CBP, officers will continue to seize counterfeit and potential unsafe consumer goods when we encounter them. So he said they were going to 21 different states as well as Australia, and there's 36 of them. So that means a couple people ordered a few of these. These might be personal guitars where somebody wants them in their personal collection to, show the part that they have a Slash guitar or a Jimmy Page guitar, whether it's real or fake. Some people just want the look and don't want the price, and I completely understand that. These aren't replicas though; these are knockoffs, cheap knockoffs. And it's also kind of a warning for people that actually want to buy one of these guitars. So keep that in mind, that these are fake guitars. They are counterfeit guitars. They're not the real thing. They look like the real thing, but they're not. And there is a possibility you will lose all of your money when purchasing one of these. So you need to keep that in mind. It doesn't always happen. A lot, and I mean a lot of these pass through all the time. As I said, I've seen played one of them. I saw one on my local Facebook Marketplace today. I reported that listing. I messaged the seller first and was like, "Hey, you're asking $1,000 for a Gibson Les Paul Custom," and that's a red flag in itself. It was the 3 pickup Les Paul Custom. That's like a $3,000 guitar. $2,000 to $3,000 at price range guitar. You're just like, oh, I just need, and he just said, oh, I need the money. I saw the back of the headstock. And immediately knew. It also had like the Epiphone style bridge. A lot of these don't have the actual Gibson Nashville bridge, which you would think, hey, that's one of the first things everybody notices. Let's not change that up, but they don't. They keep making the same thing. Speccing them a lot like Epiphone guitars. And it's not the same thing, and it is. If anything, let this be a warning that if you do want to do AliExpress, I'm not judging you. I personally have never done it. I kind of want to do it once just to see how the guitar actually turns out when I get it, but it is a possibility U.S. Customs will get a hold of them. You may get a fine for purchasing the guitar with the intent to resell a counterfeit. If you're buying one of these, I doubt they'll really care, but if you're trying to buy like several, that's going to be a red flag. If you have, probably 5+ of these guitars going to the same address, that is 100% going to be a red flag that you plan on reselling these for a price that is not, reflecting of what it actually is. Illegal stuff, don't do that. If you want to buy one of these for a wall hanger, by all means go for it, but at the same time, you got to keep in mind in the back of your head that there is a possibility you're never going to get that guitar from China. U.S. Customs may seize it, and you will just be out that $200 to $300, whatever you paid for the price of the guitar. So I think that pretty much wraps up the story. Be wary of AliExpress guitars, Chibsons guitars. My name is Steve Gray. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future guitar and music related videos. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.